Hey folks, I'm Jack Fossett, and welcome to this demo and review of the DCW Pedals Klone. Now, this is, of course, Klone with a K. As many of you know the whole story. This is based on the famous Klon Centaur. This is a pretty dedicated version of that type of pedal with, as they mentioned on the website, with respect to some of the mysterious parts on the inside that nobody really knows what they are. Of course, something made by drying unicorn milk, or who knows what it is. Anyway, this, with the exception of that, this is a pretty dedicated circuit, but also uses great parts for the unknown parts instead of the... It's a great sounding pedal, okay? It has the right look, it has the right feel, it has the right responsiveness. It can work superbly as either a boost, a cleaner boost, or as an overdrive if you get the gain pushed up and the output pushed back. It's really all in these two. The treble knob kind of gives you the ability to tame it if you have a very, very bright rig, or push a little bit of extra grind if it wouldn't cut people's heads off, you know, and it just responds so well to different guitars and amplifiers. And, you know, I can't say enough good things about this one. I like the way that it pushes. I like the way that it pushes more than a lot of other overdrive pedals do. It doesn't seem to... I say a lot of overdrive pedals, when you push them as a volume boost more than using the gain, they can get this kind of flubby low-end spikiness to them. And this one doesn't do that. It really just gives you a nice boost, but the gain side of it also works really great also. I want to show you the whole range, as you've just heard at the beginning, is using a Fender Telecaster. The amp that I'm using in this one is a Franklyn Amps 5E3 Deluxe. It's an amp head that's going into a 210 cab loaded with Jensen speakers. So you've heard how it responds with the Telecaster. It just sounds really, really great with that guitar. I'm also going to use a Gibson ES335 in the next part. There is one small caveat to mention, which is that it really likes isolated power. If you daisy chain it, this circuit in general, and this is not necessarily, you know, the DCW one, this is true of a lot of clones. It's just something to do with that circuit, that a little bit of excessive noise if you daisy chain it. So this really does like isolated power. If you have either an isolated power supply, which is what I'm using in this video, I'm using an MXR ISO brick, or if you use just an individual power supply with it, that's kind of a must for this pedal. That's really the only caveat that I have for it. You know, if you're into MIDI pedals, maybe it's not your thing, because this is kind of the, you know, this is the look for them. I think it's got this beautiful glossed over, you know, gold enclosure. It's got the big knobs. It works really, really well. You can kind of tweak these on the fly if you want to, because they're so easy to move. For the next part, I'm going to use a Gibson ES335, and again, you know, I just, for me, you get all kinds of people talking about what parts are in what pedal and this, and is this an exact replica, or this is the closest, you know. This is just a great overdrive, and that's enough for me. I want a pedal that inspires me to click it on, and this one does that. So I don't want to get into all the other stuff. I don't want to get into, you know, what's the closest replica of the Centaur, and is it worth X amount of dollars versus this. This is a great overdrive, and I like it, and I use it. So let us know in the comments if you've used the DCW Klone, or if you've used other DCW pedals. I've always enjoyed DCW pedals. He makes really, really great circuits. Let us know what you have, what you've used in the comments. Stick around for the part with the ES335 going into the same Franklyn Amps 5E3. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.